So recently in Black Ops Cold War, I've been trying to find the best new meta weapon, and I've been using a lot of guns, different setups, and going into different game modes. And boy, I think I might have found the best new meta weapon in Cold War. And that, of course, is the M60 LMG. Without any attachments on, the M60 is by far one of the worst LMGs in the game for controlling. It has so much recoil, it's very difficult to control, and it is a bit of a handful at times. However, in this video, we're going to fully deck out the M60, take it into a game, and showcase you guys how good this gun actually is. In the background of this video, you guys are going to see the gameplay with the M60, the Dark Matter Ultra Camo looking as fine as ever, and it's on Nuketown. We got into a pretty good lobby in this game, some quite high levels, but the skill level was not there for them, unfortunately. But bro, we dropped some ridiculous streaks with this weapon, and it just showcases how good this gun can be. So the class up for this gun is on screen as follows. So we're rocking 8 attachments, fully decking out the M60, and bro, it is an absolute melt machine. So we're going to go with the Hawksmoor sight, and I've just think the Hawksmoor is the best sight to have on pretty much any AR, tac rifle, or LMG in this game. Millstop's okay, but the Microflex is my go-to red dot, and for some reason that's not on tac rifles or LMGs. So for me, the Hawksmoor is the closest one to it, so I always go with the Hawksmoor. Going on to the muzzle as well, I typically rock compensators now rather than suppressors, and that's because you lose a lot of damage range when you go with an agency suppressor or a normal suppressor. So typically the infantry compensator is my go-to. It just gives you that bit more recoil control and doesn't limit your bullet velocity or your effective damage range. So typically that's what I would rock on this weapon. Going over to the barrels, we're going to go with the 22.8 match grade as well. Gives you that additional effective damage range, and of course you don't really need it that much, but all of the other barrels on this are pretty pointless, to be quite honest with you guys. You can go with the task force, but it does give you a couple of extra magazine problems, which again doesn't matter too much. So if you didn't really want to go with the extra damage range, and to be honest, in this gameplay I did more than well enough with just the 22.8 match grade barrel. But again, if you guys wanted to, the task force again gives you a lot of pros, but also gives you 3 cons for ammo. But again, if you're going to rock a mag like 125 round mag anyway, I don't suppose it really matters. So to be honest, these two are my go-tos for this weapon, to be honest, on maps such as Nuketown or the smaller map. Body, we're going to go with the Ember sighting point because it gives you an additional reveal distance, and you get a bit of hip fire accuracy. Not that you really need it with an LMG, but as you've seen in the gameplay, somewhere in the gameplay, I actually did hip fire a couple of times, and yeah, you don't really need to do that with an M60. There's plenty of scenarios where you don't need or never ever do that with an M60, but I suppose it's always cool to have in your arsenal if you needed to do that. Onto the Underbarrel, of course, the field agent grip is just the go-to. You just don't need to use anything else. But what I would recommend as well, if you wanted to move around the map a little bit faster with the LMG and kind of essentially completely remove all of the weight, the movement cons from your LMG, the speed grip is the one to go for. But again, you're not going to be greasy with that heavy recoil of the M60, which again is entirely up to you whether you want to do that or not. But for me, typically field agent foregrip is the best because with an LMG you hold down areas, you don't really need to rush in that much, and to be honest, this is the best one hands down for the M60. Onto the magazine, we're obviously going to go with the 125 round fast mag. Again, 125 round reloads ridiculously fast. It's a no-brainer for me. I would 100% go for this one if you've got it unlocked. If not, the 100 round speed mag is your go-to on that one. Airborne elastic ramp, of course, gives you loads and loads of positives. Aim down sight time, flinch resistance, and you can aim in whilst going prone, which again in the video you've seen me do it, and it's very good for peeking and anticipating enemies coming around corners from their spawn and things like that. And as you mentioned, you'll see it in the background as well. And the last attachment was effectively the Raider stock. I'm going to leave the gameplay rolling in the background so you can see how good the gun is and how good it performs, just in case you want to stay around and watch it as well. But in the background you obviously would have seen that. So guys, if you do go ahead and use this setup, let me know in the comments what you think of it. It's an absolute beast, guys. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because tomorrow there's going to be an absolute banger of a video coming out. It took me so long to edit, and I cannot wait to finally show you guys what it is. Without further ado though, we'll see you in the next one.